Hello, this is Marco Shambul. I am a Mozambican citizen, and I'm recording this message to just express my discontentment, my frustration with what is going on in my country, Mozambique, and ask for your support in this difficult moment that my people is going through. Everybody can see that. Although some people are pretending that they can't see what is happening in Mozambique, but you and me, we know what is going on in Mozambique. Elections took place just this month, a few days ago. Before the elections, there was a campaign, and we saw the campaign. That was very clear. There were 4 candidates, and the 2 main candidates were for Frelimo, the ruling party, Mr. Daniel Chapo, and for the opposition, the main candidate was Venancio Mondlane from the Podemos party. If we look at the crowds, and we still have the pictures and the images everywhere, if you look at the images and the videos everywhere, there is not even a comparison between the crowds that Venancio Mondlane was pulling and the crowds that Chapo was pulling. Now listen to this. Mr. Chapo had all the money in the world because they are the ruling party. Not only they had the money, they had also the advantage that they are in power. They had the control of their social media, of the TV and the radio network. They have all the support, all the institutions in the country. You know that Mozambique is a country that Frelimo is in power, but because of that, they dominate all the public institutions. Even the Electoral Commission is under Frelimo. So they have all these advantages. They have all the money in the world, and they used all these big trucks and big buses to pull people from one district to another. So the big crowds that they were not as big as Venancio were, the crowds that Daniel Chapo was pulling were simply people who were being brought by buses, and this is well documented. We can see them, we can see that in videos. So the people really that were from the place where Chapo was visiting, they had only a few people. But look at Venancio, no money, no resources at all. He just went there with no advantages, but he was pulling more crowds. People were paying money to get the t-shirts from the party. They made their own effort. Some people had to walk about 30 to 40 kilometers on foot just to hear him talk. But even so, if you compare the crowds that Daniel Chapo had and the crowds that Venancio Mondlane had, Venancio had clearly much bigger crowds than the one that Chapo had. Okay, let's move on to the next stage. Then the day of the election came, okay, and there was, okay, and people voted the way they wanted. I personally witnessed a lot of irregularities from the electoral process. I was there, and the police kicked me out, and they didn't want to hear what I wanted to report because I saw some things, okay, some violations of the electoral law, but they didn't want to hear because they are in power, so they use force to get what they want. Okay, we go through that stage. Venancio Mondlane had the parallel counting, okay, and Frelimo and the Electoral Commission, which are one, they made their counting, okay, and finally here we are. We hear the results, shocking results, that somehow Frelimo party, which is the ruling party, and Chapo won the election by 70%, 71%. Imagine that. 71%. And the question comes, who voted Frelimo and who voted Daniel Chapo? Look at the crowds. The majority of the crowds were Venancio's crowd. Number 2, if you go to social media, I went to social media many times. Go to YouTube, go to Facebook. Just compare. You can't compare Frelimo and Podemos. You can't compare Chapo with Venancio. Venancio has 4 times more crowds following him than Chapo had. So how come that you can tell me that Frelimo won the election? Okay, now they announce the results and they say Frelimo won the election. All the population, you can see the videos, are on the streets. And what is the police doing? The police is simply using their power, using their force, to spread the crowds, violence. I was in the first day. We were making pacific manifestations. We were walking on the streets. But what did Frelimo do? They sent their police and they shooted their gas upon the people. Even the candidate, Venancio Mondlane, the presidential candidate, he was shot by gas and he had to run away. Now, this was reported all over the world. And my question is, if Frelimo won the election and Chapo won the election, how come they are not celebrating? How come that all the people that we have seen, the streets are full of people, although the police is trying to reprimand the people are still coming out, manifesting against? And my question is, where are the Frelimo crowds that voted them? You don't have to be very smart to come to the conclusion that Frelimo didn't win the election. And so my challenge is to you. I don't care where you are in the world, in Europe, in America, in Asia. Where is the United Nations? My question is, where are the United Nations? Where is the World Bank? Where is the International Monetary Fund? Where are the different embassies in Mozambique? They're all silent. Can't you see what we are going through? Are you insensitive to the suffering of the children in our country? People that are dying. Where are the big companies that are exploring the different resources in Mozambique? The world is almost quiet. Where are the Christian leaders all over the world? In America, the preachers. Where are the Muslim leaders all over the world? Can't you help us in the difficult situation that we are facing? Please, international community, do something. Look to Mozambique, because we are going through a very difficult time, and we need your support, especially those who call themselves religious. I don't care if you are Muslim, Christian, or whatever religion. You believe in God, and if you believe in God, you believe that one day you will die and you will have to answer before God. And you know that sin is not what you do only, but what you don't do, but you should have done. Someone called Edmund Bank said something very deep. He said that the evil that we see in the world, the biggest sin, what is killing us, is not the evil things that people are doing, but is the silence of the good people. We see that and we do nothing and we say nothing. I call you, therefore, to rise up and do something. I appeal again on behalf of the children of Mozambique, on behalf of the poor, the oppressed people of Mozambique, on behalf of the coming generations of this country. If you care, please do something. Mozambique needs your help. There is a lot of potential. Our children are full of potential. The capacity is here. But we are being dominated by the Frelimo party, which we know is being supported by some people from outside. And my final question is this. European Union, World Bank, International Monetary Fund, will you continue to fund this government of Frelimo, while you know that the money that you are pouring into Mozambique is not going into the hands of the poor people? This money is just for the benefit of people who are oppressing the people of Mozambique. And my question is this: don't use our name. When you send the money to Mozambique, don't say that you're sending to help the people of Mozambique. When you send your money, say it clearly that the money you are sending is to support the oppressor who are killing the Mozambican people. And we are tired. Now we know that this money is not coming to us. All the money that you're sending is not coming to us. It's not benefiting the children that are suffering. This money is benefiting the party that is oppressing Mozambique. If you didn't know, now you know. that we are not getting any benefit from all the support you're sending. We are tired of this government, and you are witness. All the networks in the world are showing that. And you know, in your very heart, you know who won the election. You know that Frelimo didn't win the election, and you know that Daniel Chapo didn't win the election. And my question is, what will you do? Who do you support? Do you support the people of Mozambique, or do you support a small number of oppressors that are oppressing the people of Mozambique? You have the choice. But my question is this: one day you will die. I'm standing here as a prophet of God to tell you the following thing. The Bible says that if you see someone who is sinning and you don't say anything to him, he will die, and I will require from you. But if you tell him about the evil that he is doing, then you are free. I'm here just to tell you, we will die one day. But after we die, we will answer for all the things that we have done. Is your conscience clean? What you're doing, are you doing a way that is evil, what you're doing? That you are supporting a government of killers. Even now, I'm living. I was in the manifestation. I was there with the population. We're marching along the street, and the police is shooting gas at us. And my question is, aren't we free to manifest? Aren't we free to march and to express what we are feeling? This country is going through a difficult time. Please, we need your support. Please. We need your support. Hear us. Hear our cry. I'm speaking this on behalf of the children of Mozambique. Thank you very much.